Alright, well, let's kick things off. My brother talked me into getting a haircut. I regret it. School is going okay. Math sucks, as usual. I've already survived the first round of layoffs, the people who have so far dropped the class. The person who usually sits next to me in class that struggles with the material said, "Oh, you must be really smart to get all of this." I just look at her with a smile on my face. I'm like, no. If you could see in the grade book how much time I've spent on each assignment, it would say like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. It's a lot different than when it was in high school when I would just blow it off because I didn't care. But now, like, I'm paying for it. So I'm going through and redoing all of the homework, redoing every question I get wrong because I can, so there's no reason I'm not getting an A. So I'm probably spending 4 or 5 hours studying and working on math each week. I usually don't wear any of these shirts. I have them rolled up in my closet over there because even though I don't work here anymore, I kind of felt like it was bad. Like, oh, I shouldn't wear that. I'm a failure. I quit. But then I remember I kind of paid like $5 for each of these shirts, and I have like 4 of them. I want to say I have 4 of them, and they're comfortable, so there's no reason not to wear it. Although I haven't been back to this particular store since I've quit. I met my former supervisor at the new gym I'm going to. He's pretty cool about it. He says a lot of people did the same thing. Even they left the particular departments they were in because it was just too much work. I've changed my workout plan. I wanted fitness to be part of my life, not all of my life. So I went from the 3-day workouts, rest, and another 3-day to every day, but still on an 8-day cycle. And I was thinking about it, I was like, the amount of time I spend in the gym is a lot. So if I went to the gym more but did less, I could theoretically spend less time in the gym. I don't know. That's what I'm doing now. I won't make gains as fast, but I will feel far happier. I'm trying to lose this stomach, but because I have abs, like I can see them when I like hold my breath in, which I guess everyone can. But like I know that they're there. So, and the majority of that is eating. So I've tried going without excessive snacking, excess carbs. Sugar is the main thing. I don't drink sodas unless I go out, which I don't. I rarely do. I mostly drink LaCroix, which I used to pronounce LaCroix. It's not pronounced that way, but it's flavored, essenced flavored sparkling water, and they're nice. You start to notice that mostly you miss the carbonation of a drink. I used to think they were trash, but they're pretty good. They're cheaper than regular soda, and they've gotten a little bit more expensive recently. So that's what I usually drink between that and Crystal Light. But I can usually only go about 3 days without excessive sugar because I can't seem to cut all of the sugar out of my diet with what I currently eat, which is Soylent and ramen with canned chicken breast. Now, on the first day without excessive sugar, it'll be hard. I can deal with it. The second day is more of a struggle, and on the third day without excessive sugar, I'm usually having an intense urge to empty the vending machine of Rice Krispie treats. And I'm ashamed to say that I've done it a couple times. So I'm starting a thing now where like I try to not eat anything until like 12 or 1 p.m. Once I get up. Music-wise, I've kind of fallen in love with the Hamilton Broadway musical. Them and Angels and Airwaves, but that's another issue. It's another thing entirely. Love Hamilton. Fabulous. Alright, so last thing. I'm doing fairly well, but I got bored in math class a couple of weeks ago. And with most people, that when they get bored, they would pull out their phone or whatever. I started doodling about consciousness, and I'd been thinking about AI recently, artificial intelligence, and the main issue with that is how do you create something that's aware versus a super complex bot? Most of it's not even in a computer science terms, but here it is. This is what I drew. I was like, what is I? And obviously, I tried to conceptualize it instead of like, how would you program something like this? Like, what specific concepts would this fall under? And in general, I think it would be not necessarily a loop, but I do believe it would fall mostly under a loop structure for programming. But even once you get past the concept of consciousness, another issue is how do you run something like that on a computer. You can't run a human on a computer because we're just a amalgamation of biological neural networks, and we don't have the computing capacity to run something like that at the scale that would be required, at the speed that would be required, because we would be simulate something like that on an abstracted layer. We would have to be simulating the cells, the chemical reactions between them, because create that pattern all the way down to its basis components. Keep in mind, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm not an expert in any of these fields. It was just something I was bored and thinking about in math class. So you would have to come up with a workable concept for consciousness that would cut out several layers of abstraction. So you would, like I said, you wouldn't be able to run it on virtual cells. It would require significant compartmentalization, and it messes with your idea of what you are and how you think. I don't know. No idea what I'm talking about. And that's about it. We'll see you later.